from the winter slide. Ready to try, keep it different.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman, Norm Van Brocklin, right? You got to go all the way back to 1951. And he threw for 554 yards in that game. And later, won a championship as a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in 1960.
And now that record has been set anew. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Jackson on first down. This will be caught once again by Brown. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Jackson will throw again. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Set, 30 base.
First carry for James Conner. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
And this team is coming in off of their open week, and to me, a pretty good time to have it, too, because it's pretty much right in the middle of the season. So I would think that they'll be pretty well rested and ready to go for the second half of the season. But even more importantly, they got a little bit of a mental break as well. That's going to help, too.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right. So
they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Jackson now 8 of 8 throwing the ball in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. A gain of 6 there on first. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted, but the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Jackson now already over 150 yards through the air in the opening quarter. It's 1st and 10. Steps away. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. He told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did, yeah. Right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st down, Connor. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 41. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll look to throw here. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's a first down throw that's complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Just like that. Just like that. Check.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Back to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Hassan Reddick coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Jackson now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go, folks.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
2nd and 4. He'll get that one complete to Connor. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. But he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and inches. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Looking to throw. Complete to Washington. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll set up to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Boswell's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half as the Ravens push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. From the gun, Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Got a man that's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season, as the Ravens push further out in front.
And this is obviously quite a performance, and most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually. Under a Tyus Bowser racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer. And the pressure gets to him again. Tyus Bowser, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. A 45-yard punt for there on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them, and they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side, and they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Jackson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Jackson on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker able to connect on the extra point.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this one to Switzer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
50, Flex. 50. First down, Pittsburgh. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle made there by Chris Wormley. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Jackson. Open man is Chesson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, Jackson over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Jackson on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his last 7 straight passes. And Jackson throwing once more. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Looking to throw. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Check three.
They'll look to throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the second down throw on target. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off there inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Jackson will throw again. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker with the extra point. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They're going to look to throw. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Steelers on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop the throw. And finding Keelan Cole. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 33 yards that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10. Looking sideline, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown's going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Hey, let's go.
That's good for 28 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now back to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Second and 14. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Hassan Reddick in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying,